So I recently came across a few videos on personal resets on YouTube. There was one by Lavender that was talking about a reset because she had been traveling and her personal habits and her home had kind of fallen into a bit of a disarray. And then I came across one that Rachel Nguyen did, and hers was more geared toward the new year, creating new habits, doing self-assessment and whatnot. And the thing was, both of these really resonated with me, not because I had a desire to make these crazy New Year's resolutions, and I hadn't had any big, travel or whatnot go on, but I love the idea of a reset because I've had a lot going on personally. And I find that when you have a lot going on personally, the one thing that you can control is your space. You can't control other people, but you can do your best at controlling your space and your surroundings and making those a peaceful, calm place for you to be at and recharge and rejuvenate and renew. And that's my goal with this reset routine. I want to create a place where I can heal, where I can promote happiness, and really think about how I want to live and go on in the future. So I do agree that it's important to assess your mind, your body, your physical space, and even your digital space in the era that we live in. So let's start with our digital space. Let's do a clean out. And let's set a new standard for how we want our digital space to look and feel. Now with my digital space, I think it's important to go through social media. Go in and see, who you're following. Do those people bring you joy? Why are you following certain people? And honestly, I don't think there's any shame in unfollowing people. This doesn't mean that they're bad. It just means that maybe they aren't encouraging you and building you up in the way that you need in that moment. So I say go through your social media, whether it be your Instagram or your Facebook, and unfollow people that don't bring you joy. I think what's interesting with social media is I think people forget that it is a form of association. So it's important that whoever you're following are people that you would enjoy the company of in real life. I do feel like most of the time you should know these people. So, you can tell I follow a lot of hair inspiration and vloggers, but these are all people that I either know or had I, met them in person, I assume we would get along greatly. Or someone like this, like Celeste Barber, she's just funny, right? That builds me up. And that's exactly what I want to surround myself with, is uplifting people that make me laugh. So depending on my schedule, maybe I can't have that in real life, but I can find it on social media. I can find things that inspire me, like these pictures of hair here, those flowers, health things or whatnot. So just make sure that whoever you are following on social media, you view it as surrounding yourself with uplifting people, even in a digital space. Next, I think it's important to go through your photos. See which photos you've had in your camera roll that really just are clogging up storage space. Photos and videos are one of the hugest ways to slow down your phone and how fast it works and processes. So go through, select a few pictures, and hit the trash. It opens up storage on your phone and gives you room for new memories. Part of any cleanup is physical, right? We want to clean out our digital space from maybe friends that we don't talk to anymore, but there's a physical aspect of it. That's why I'm using these Norwex rags. I use the Norwex in ViroCloth, and then also their dry cloth to sanitize my device and also get off any greasy fingerprints. If you weren't a Norwex person, you could also use an antibacterial wipe, a slightly damp washcloth. But really, these devices get really germy, really gross. And this is a great way to help start them anew. Now that my digital items are cleaned physically, they're all charged up, and I've cleaned out, all that junk I don't actually need, I want to create some new habits with my digital space. I want to limit screen time so I can be more productive. I'd love to set my phone down more and leave the room without it so that I'm not worried I'm going to miss something. I'm also going to start putting my phone on airplane mode more. That way I literally can't be distracted by notifications or text messages, and I can just center in and focus on what I need to get done. That way I'm taking control of digital and have created a new standard for productivity. Next up, we want to reset our bodies. Now, I like to do this by doing a detox of sorts. You could do either a juice cleanse or really just incorporate more fruits and veggies and whole foods in your diet. I like doing juice cleanses from a place nearby called Juice Vibes. I even start my day really just with a fruit and vegetable smoothie to get my day started out right. Sometimes I'll top it with like chia seeds or coconut and whatnot just to jazz it up. But try to incorporate as many healthy foods into your diet as you can. This is great for stress. This is great for all of your digestive tracts, and it's just really good to take care of your body. I also highly recommend starting your day with lemon water. It has a high dose of vitamin C, which gives you energy and health benefits. It also just gives you hydration. A lot of the times we can feel run down mainly because we're dehydrated. I also think sometimes incorporating some herbs or vitamins into the mix can be really helpful. I like to take holy basil leaf and valerian root to help calm my nerves, help me from getting kind of overworked, but they don't put me to sleep. I can't actually take them before bed, and I feel like my sleep is a little more restful because my mind is a little calmed. But like any type of herb or medication, double check with your doctor. You never know when there could be interactions. But look into herbs or supplements that could just really help put back what you've taken out of your body. And while we're talking about taking care of the body, it's important to work out, get active. Now, if you like a CrossFit situation, go for it. That can be extremely, extremely invigorating. But it might be as simple as going for a walk, getting outside, soaking up some vitamin D, taking your dog for a walk. Maybe that builds into a jog, but just get moving. The Mayo Clinic actually recommends 75 to 150 minutes of exercise a week. That's around 1 to 2 hours per person. So my goal would be to work out for 30 minutes a day for 3 to 4 days a week. It's healthy, it's not too much, it's easy to fit into a schedule, and it's just good for you. Now, as important as it is to move your body, it's also important, especially when you've been through a lot mentally and emotionally, to help you reset, you need to rest. Now, that might seem like a more mental activity, but sitting down, even if you're watching one of your favorite movies, even if you're taking a power nap through the day, sitting down and resting can be so good for your mind and your body. So don't forget to rest. Taking care of your body isn't just the inside that matters. We also need to take care of the outside. So when you're taking care of your body and resetting it, it could be helpful to throw on a sheet mask, try dry brushing, or even just take the time to moisturize your skin. These little things to take care of your body can really benefit you and bring you back to who you are. Next in our reset is to reset our physical space, because after all, a clean space equals a clean mind. I recommend sorting the mail, wiping down surfaces, hanging up your laundry. Catching up on these things can give you so much peace of mind. And as you're cleaning up and you're going through things, don't be afraid to toss things out. Expired beauty products, clothes you don't wear can be put in a bin for donation or to sell on websites like Poshmark. But think about what you could declutter from your life, because this could actually help declutter your mind. Get rid of items that no longer serve you. Don't feel bad about it. your space should be your haven. Surround yourself with things you love. I do also recommend starting with your messiest spots. This could be closets, beauty drawers, your mail dumping spot in your kitchen. Start with your messy spots and go from there. Oftentimes we start cleaning in the same habits, and so those messy spots that really weigh on us never quite get done. So try flipping the script a little bit and start with your messy spots first. So my new standard for the house, now that I've decluttered and cleaned my physical space, is to stick to a cleaning schedule. I actually have this one in my bullet journal. So on, Mondays I clean my bedroom, Tuesdays bathrooms, Wednesdays kitchen, Thursdays living and dining. Having a schedule like that can be really helpful if a big, 4-hour clean on a weekend really overwhelms you. Normally, my daily cleaning schedule takes me 20 to 30 minutes. So keep your space tidy by using a cleaning schedule. I also love having fresh flowers in the space, but if you don't have fresh flowers in space, maybe try a plant. I like having a diffuser because it keeps the room smelling fresh. And I personally love having windows open and the blinds open and just getting fresh light. See? Much better. Come on. You gotta have that. Now, your mind, when you're going through a life change or a lot of stress, your mind is really what's getting the most work here, right? Your physical space, your digital, yourself, those are all things we can relatively control. Your mind is a little trickier, but we can help our mind out. Here's how. First off, you want to empty your mind out. Not in some crazy meditative state, but journal out all of your feelings. I used a few pages from my bullet journal and I just dumped everything in my brain out. I thought about what was vexing me, my emotions on certain situations, and I just put it onto paper and I let it out in a very constructive way. Now that you've gotten all of that space in your head freed up because you've thrown all of your stress and all the mess in your head out, you have free space that you can build back up. And I recommend putting good back into that brain. Now, anything that would encourage you or uplift you is a great option. This could be a motivational book. It could be a business motivational book just to re-energize you. I find a lot of comfort in the Bible, but if that's not your thing, find something to read, something tangible to put in your mind that'll build you back up. I also think it's helpful to get outdoors. Now, you could read your book outside if you had a patio or something like that. It might just be a walk. It doesn't have to be a big production, but there is something soothing about nature. So whether or not you have a 5-minute break at work or get up a little bit earlier just to take a 5 or 10-minute walk in your neighborhood, try to be in nature every day. The vitamin D that we get from the sunlight is beneficial for keeping our moods up. The physical activity in walking is beneficial for us exercise-wise. It's just good to get outside and get some fresh air on a daily basis. Now, my new habits that I'm gonna do to help keep my mind at peace and keep it clear as best I can is to take a daily walk. Now, like I said, this could be something in the morning with the dog, but for me, I may only be able to get a walk in around the building I work in between clients, but that's okay. That's outside and that can be refreshing. I'm also going to purposely take time off of social media. Now, this is just good for your mind, whether we are trying to compare ourselves or wasting time. Just not being on social media can be so soothing for our mind. And then also, I'm gonna keep up my workout routine. It's not gonna be intense, but it is good for me. So it's a great thing to keep up so that my mind and body are aligned and they're on the same team and everybody's happy. So there you go. Those are my tips for a personal reset. Now, these have really helped me refocus after sadness and pain and heartache, but this is honestly a good routine to just do anytime you feel a little bit scrambled and in your own head. It's an easy way to take control of your life the best way you can and reset and start anew. If there's any other ways that you like to reset, leave them in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. And I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.